we go. Now it's working. What was that? Staff?
What?
Who's that talking?
Nobody.
Oh, I heard somebody. There we go. Now it's working.
Shut the windows now.
Please.
Oh, it's faith, I think.
Hello.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, I have to go underground, so I may be losing you. But
It's okay. You're
yeah,
the first on.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How about you? Now, hopefully they got the time right. It's scheduled for 12:15, so we'll see if they're going with my time.
They do.
So it sounds like somebody's jumping on. So
Yeah. I'm gonna figure out how I can mute myself here because
okay.
There's traffic in the background. Oh boy.
Hey, Will.
What is that? Hey, Will.
Will just jumped on. Hey, Will.
Right. Hello. Okay, Derek, just say yes or no. If I'm going to mute myself now, let me know if it mutes me, okay?
Okay.
Muted?
Nope.
No. Okay. All right. Oh my God. Literally, let's see. Let me see. Okay. And I don't want to interfere with you guys. I'm just not having an easy time figuring this thing out on a little phone. Okay. Muted?
Nope. I'll mute you, Andrew. Don't worry. I can do it from my end. Now you're muted. Now,
Hello, Lisa joined.
hey, how is everybody?
Hey, Derek, how are you?
Good, good, good.
Awesome. Hey, Andrew.
And Andrew's on mute right now because he's walking in the city and it's very loud.
Okay.
He muted him. He can hear you, but he muted himself. So.
Okay.
That video worked out for you, Kelly?
Yes, it worked out great. Thank you. In fact, I'll have a draft for you shortly. I'm putting a little distance between yours and Andrew's as far as the post, but I will have that for you.
No hurries.
Hey, Derek.
Hey there.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Kelly. Hey,
Oh,
Andrew.
there you are.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi,
Hey,
Billy
Lisa.
Bob.
Rachel and I are the only ones with cameras.
Yeah, I'm not too pretty today. So.
I am not pretty.
Everybody's still in their pajamas with a coffee mug with wine in it.
How'd you know?
No, the problem is she likes drinking from a regular glass, so she can't turn on her.
Okay, I actually am embarrassed to say I'm drinking out of a Star Wars mug right now. This is clearly, I do not own this, but it was clean.
Okay, let's see who we have on here. We have Kelly, Rachel, Will, Andrew, Elisa, and Carla. Elisa, just so you know, your mic is muted right now.
How did you know I was talking? It was like, yeah, I was talking, you're right. No, I was just saying, good, we got Carla, Will, Kelly. I think, is that all of us? I think that might be all. Oh, Jim W., but I think he's on another call, so.
I think Jim W. and Boyd were joining us. At least they said yes to when you sent the invite out. I don't know if
Okay.
you have anybody else for
find it on
sales.
Slack.
Rachel?
I was just looking at the invite. I know, wait, I'll try pinging Boyd.
Because I know we had originally talked about having the sales team involved also.
Yeah, if we feel like everything's kind of tied up, what we could do is just record this and then I can share it with them.
Okay, I am recording it. So
Okay, perfect.
if you want to show it and walk them through everything privately, that would be great. This way, when they get on, if they get calls with questions, they know exactly
Yeah.
what the capabilities are.
Okay, I slacked him. Rachel, you may have also. Okay. Ooh, we got somebody. Okay, there's Boyd.
Okay. Hey, Boyd.
Hey guys, we're just finished up our leadership call. You should be jumping in.
Boy, Derek's recording this too, so we can share what we have so far.
Let me hang on. Okay.
Yeah.
I did shave this morning. It's okay.
I was going to say, you're looking awfully dapper this morning.
Beautiful up here in the Northeast these days. It doesn't look like, it's not like I need a boat to get out of my house in Houston.
Yeah.
And nonstop raining for 3 days.
Well, the good news there is all those damn fire ants are drowning.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be drifting on driftwood or styrofoam coolers. All right, are the boys coming? Were Ron and Jim also coming? I wonder if they went.
I did not invite Ron. If that was an oversight, I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
I did
Andrew, we'll
invite-
catch up with you this week. We owe you a call on the data driven, like we've been radio silent.
So we're just waiting for Jim W., right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go see if I can.
Okay. So Will, just so everybody knows, Will is getting back to me shortly, I guess, on when we tried to do the total value of the ticket in. it was being tracked a different way, and we need to track it by the ticket ID. So he's
Okay.
going to get with the team on how to do that. And then once we have that final piece ready, that'll actually change that last piece where it's showing the updated value of the checkout.
Cool.
J-Dub joined if you guys want to get going.
Okay. Let me know when everybody's ready and I'll start.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
All right, looks like everybody's on mute, probably waiting for us to start. So,
Okay, I'm going to
good. Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, everybody, for showing up today. Basically, what we're going to give a demo on is the overview of the platform and where we are with the integration with Rosy. Pretty exciting stuff. We've been able to get it to work. We've got one little last piece, like I said earlier, to take care of, and that will be the updated ticket value. So what that looks like, if I go back to my main list here, let me just jump in here. So the main part of our integration has to do with the opportunities section. The opportunities section is where we get leads in, wherever they come from. It might be a website lead, an advertisement, whatever they are. There's somebody who's not a client yet. So they come into this lead in column. And I'm gonna create an opportunity in a second to show you the flow. But they come into this lead in. Once they make an appointment, whether it be a phone call from the salon, a text message, an automated drip campaign, whatever that case might be, they will automatically be put into the appointment set column. And if I back up a second, when they come in as a lead in, we are also pushing them over into the Rosy database now as a new type of client, we'll call it. Okay, so all this data is being shared back and forth to keep track of this potential client. And that also passes it off to Rosy so that should the salon choose, they can also use the marketing tools inside of Rosy to market to that potential lead to get them in. But ultimately, once that lead books an appointment, they then go into the appointment set column so we can track them. Once they actually come in and pay, they go into the completed column. It will also tell us the value of that completed amount. Right now, we are only getting the amount of the service ticket, but Will is just about done getting us the information we need to make this the updated ticket value in here. So we'll be able to track that initial return on investment from the beginning. Rachel's suggestion last week was, what happens if we have a canceled appointment? Well, we were able to build that last week, and what happens is if they cancel their appointment, instead of going into completed, they're going to go from appointment set to canceled. When they go in canceled, they'll sit here for 5 minutes. We are going to send them an automated campaign at that point, a drip marketing campaign to say, hey, things happen, come on, get back, send them a text, an email. At that point, it's going to push them back after the 5 minutes into the lead in, because really they haven't become a client yet. So if we want to remarket to them, we know they're in the lead in column.
Eric, let me just ask Rachel and Will, I sent you a note through chat. What are we calling them inside of Rosy when they come in as that lead in?
Well, I don't know if is that on its way even, or
Yeah, right now they'll still be considered a client, I believe. We haven't done the work for the prospect stuff yet.
Right, let's take that offline, because at some point, you know, I know we talked about this for the purpose of being able to track for Salon Ninja, so we can go back through Salon Ninja and show them what the uptick was. But I also think for marketing purposes and discussion purposes and webinar purposes, we probably need to make sure we can answer that question. Are they unique? Are they called something unique and bundled in with somebody else, almost treated the same way? Or are they treated uniquely and then we call them something uniquely, like Salon Ninja Lead? Because I know we kind of bounced that around when we had our internal discussion. And my preference is, by the way, to call them a Salon Ninja Lead, so the branding effect goes back to the customer and they realize where that lead's coming from. Does that make sense?
yeah, I think Salon Ninja Lead or prospect client, but to that point, Salon Ninja Lead would be more helpful to that branding. So
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. So you'll see also that we created these new categories at the end so that if they don't get caught up in here and they're sitting in lead in for more than a month, we are pushing them over into one of these other categories to market to them, remarket a drip campaign, try and reactivate that database of leads sitting there. Okay. For the purpose today, I can't actually, we don't have a marketing lead coming in, but I can create it manually. So I'll do that quickly. And while we go through the rest of the platform, we can jump back and take a look at how that lead has progressed. So if I go into my contacts, I just created one, test 23. So I'm going to go into their file and I'm going to add them as an opportunity. So what I've done is I've just created them as an opportunity in the opportunities column. And you'll see there is a lead in. At this point, they are being pushed. It actually takes anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes because we don't want to overload your servers once we get this going. So our cron jobs are set to push every 2 minutes. So right now, this should be within the next 2 minutes created inside of the Salon Runner or Rosy. What are we going by now? We're going by Rosy? Okay, just double checking. Okay, so they're being created inside of Rosy. And if I jump back into the test database, over in here, if I were to create an appointment, hopefully they're in there, right? So if we do a test, they may not be in here yet. And there it is. So it created it inside the database inside of Rosy. So now they are there. So now we can schedule an appointment. We'll just do a men's haircut. Half hour. Yes. Create. And now we created the appointment in here. Now, as we create this appointment, it's now the job should run in the next 2 minutes to put them over into the appointment column inside of our platform. So right now you'll see here, let me refresh and see if it's picked it up yet. If not, we'll move forward and then I'll come back to this. Because like I said, it can take anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes to push. Yep, not there yet. So we'll wait a couple minutes. With that being said, I'm going to go into a live account just to go over the other features so that everybody is aware of the features of the platform. This is typically what a salon will look like. This is actually Envy Salon in Berlin, Connecticut. And so they have a few leads in. They have a bunch of appointments set. This is kind of the flow right here. Okay. And keeping track, this will be nice once we have that end ticket result to really get that full return on investment, not just the base amount.
So Derek, if they're in no-show, they're uniquely in no-show. They're not in one of the other 3 to the right, or are they duplicated in no-show plus no response completed?
So they have an appointment set and they went to a no-show. This is our old flow. Okay. Once we get everything running, all of the Rosy clients will have the dashboard with the unique flow of what we just set up.
Got it.
Okay. Until this was the manual flow that they were using. So when they push them to a no-show, you can have a trigger set that launches an automatic drip campaign to them, right? No response, same thing. That maybe your data reactivation group and go out to them once a month over the next 12 months, that type of thing. You can pretty much set triggers to do whatever you want. And that's going to be through some of the classes we'll be teaching. We're going to go, aside from BBR, starting in the next month, we're going to be doing a once-a-week Ninja class, basically marketing, how to use Ninja, how to set up Facebook ads, all of those things on a regular basis. Okay. Okay. So again, that's the flow. The dashboard hopefully will look something like this once we get going. So it shows nice, return on investment. People are saying, wow, I've got that much money. I've got that much money sitting on the sidelines. For people who actually didn't book an appointment, that I have their information for. The forms builder has been tremendous for us as of recently. The clients are just making forms, honestly, out the ass. But so you got your dashboard, shows the overview. For any of you that haven't seen this, this gives you a brief overview of your business. It shows where your leads are coming in with the lead source report. Again, this is a high level overview of everything. It's going to tell you how many reviews you've sent out, how many negatives you've gotten in. We have the ability to push reviews out, which is, I know that's going to be a key feature for both of us. You can see that they actually sent out 721 invites for reviews, and they've gotten 58 back that were positive, 1 negative. That's pretty good response. And again, what we tend to tell salons as they are checking out the client, that's the happiest the client will be, because they haven't had a chance to go home in the mirror and say, oh, my hair looks a little brassy. So if you want that review, now is the time to get it, and you can push our review request button, which is right there. Type the client's name in, and it's going to send them a text and an email to give a Google review right then and there. Okay. Other features, obviously, we went through conversations. Most of you have seen this. This is our communications platform, that it's two-way to the client. It actually models however they are communicating with you. You will communicate back with them, whether it be text, email, or Facebook Messenger. We are connected to all three. On the right-hand side is the client's messages, and on the left-hand side is the messages from the salon back to that client. The messages never go away. They are always stored within the client profile, so that if you have to review a conversation, it is always there. Again, opportunities, or your opportunities pipeline. That's how many people you have at each stage. Hopefully you're converting them all to completed. Right now we are running, most clients are running, I would say 50 to 60% of leads that come in, they're actually booking, which is a pretty good response. And that's done through a system of, like you had said, Boyd, people are actually picking up the phone call. We have a call script pre-built for everybody that they make the phone call. If they don't get them by phone, hopefully the drip marketing campaign is picking them up and having them book an appointment. Okay. Marketing, this is kind of the bulk of where we set up the drip campaigns. A drip marketing campaign might look like this. This is the salon pop-up campaign. Okay. These are all the different steps. On the left is when that drip campaign is going out, and you can set the times yourself. You can set them out. For instance, we now have a employment campaign for prospective employees that goes out over a period of a year, once a month. It also tells us our email deliverability and our text message deliverability and how many clicked on it. And then we can also deep dive into it if we wanted. Like 60% open. We can actually see who opened it, who replied, who bounced, all of that great stuff. That's new. We just actually put that in recently. I don't think you've seen that yet, Boyd. So we really have the data now of what's happening behind the scenes. Bulk requests are where you're going to send out a general bulk email, a text message, maybe a bulk voicemail to all the clients. You pick the clients by tag and send them to whatever campaign you want, and it'll send out basically a bulk campaign to whoever you're picking. Trigger links are for text messaging. If you want to build your own triggers inside of text messages, we create custom links. Form Builder, this is the one that's been super popular. People are really eating this up between COVID forms, new client forms, wedding forms. We have them all, and they can all be built within the system. The beauty is we also track those forms, how many are being submitted, and what forms are being submitted, so that you can go back and then you can take a look at the submissions, and each client's information from that form will be stored in the system of anything they've filled out. Survey Builder is exactly like the Form Builder, except we are building surveys. Like Find Your Beauty Guru. And what this is so everybody knows, in the surveys, they are logical surveys, which means depending on the first answer, it will then take that person to a different slide if you choose to. It just doesn't go in order. It goes by the answers they give, and you send them to whatever the second question you want to send them to is. So you can build your own really complicated surveys. We all know, I know you guys are working with, ours is called Beauty Guru. There's another one out there. It's basically the same system. It is available to build inside of here. SMS and email templates, this is where you store your own templates. Should you have somebody building, a designer building you your own templates. And HTML builder we're doing away with. That's just for coders. I don't even know why it's in here. So that will be hidden soon. We are building a new, just so everybody knows, our email designer. We are building a new email designer that's going to be similar to MailChimp's. It's not going to be ugly. They'll be able to store templates, all that great stuff. That will be done within the next month. Okay. Reporting, if anybody is into reporting, we have a lot of deep dive reporting on Google ads, Facebook ads, and your attribution report, which is kind of a cool one that shows where all your leads are coming from. Okay. Scheduling. Right now, the calendar, obviously, we would be scheduling through Rosy, but we could actually check appointments also to see who has appointments. The API is two-way now. So we can actually see if a client books an appointment, we'll actually see in that client profile what when the last appointment they booked was. We're trying to get our side where we can pull the color notes also. So this way, it's kind of wherever they're looking, the information is there for them. And the reason we're doing that is because we're doing a lot of virtual consultations right now. And it's important to have that information in your face while you're doing a virtual consultation. Reputation management.
What's the objective there on the virtual consultation? Just to kind of feel out the customer?
So a lot of people, because of COVID right now, are moving to doing everything virtually like we're doing right now. Mm-hmm. So why not save the time in the salon, bang out a half-hour consultation over a Zoom call, keep the notes in there so when that client comes in the salon, all the forms are done, all their client information is done, they know the hair color, they know what they're doing, and they can jump right into it because time is money right now. Reputation management, we have our reviews. So the system will pull in all the reviews that have been given, and we can answer those reviews from within the platform, which is important. Hey, thanks for the great review, blah, 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 right? And it's all done from within the platform. You don't have to go outside. Review requests, it's going to track which employees are sending the review requests out and how many were sent out, whether they were delivered, opened, answered, that type of thing. Contacts is a simple contact database. This is where all your contacts will be. Inside of here, we have all the client information that you need. Obviously, you can do a search. You can do smart lists if you want to group different clients in different ways. Maybe you have salon clients, spa clients. You can break them apart like that. If you jump into the clients, as I said earlier, we have their contact information on the left, their conversations in the middle, and then I got to move this Zoom window, pardon me. And on the right-hand side, we have their activity, so we know where they've touched us digitally, which is kind of important. And then if we want to see what they filled out, we can actually click on the forms or things that they filled out, okay? Notes, this is where we're going to put the color notes. Appointments, this is if they have an appointment that we've booked inside of, from one of the leads in, it'll pull it inside of here so we know their last appointment, only if they were a lead in though, if that makes sense. Because I don't want to fill, no pun, but I don't want to fill our database with all the Rosy appointments. Okay, so that is there. So let me go back to the main. Got a damn auto shrink. I got to get a smaller computer screen. Let's see here. So now we have from contacts, we also have our funnels and websites. They can build their own website in here, but nobody does. Probably going to remove that because we give custom WordPress websites. Funnels are pretty cool. This is where you build your landing pages, and they are basically, if everybody's familiar with ClickFunnels or landing pages, there's a program called Lead Pages, I apologize. This is basically that same program. So we could look at the salon pop-up that we were talking about earlier. It's a perfect example of it. It shows that you have basically a mini website builder inside our system. Each one of these landing pages and thank you pages is in essence its own website. Okay, so if we wanted to look at this, we could preview it, or we could jump in and we could edit it. Very easy, simple editor in here. Some of the clients go with basic stuff like this. All of our forms are, they live by themselves, so you can plug them in anything. So obviously, if you have a form, you want to put it in here to gather the data, to capture the data, you can bury it in a landing page, you can bury it in your website, you can bury it into social media, whatever you choose to do. Come on, Zoom. Our editor is very easy editor, and there are classes inside of our tutorials tab on how to use it. It is basically a drag and drop builder. Very simple. You want to change a picture, you click on it. You come on the left-hand side, pick the picture you want to put in there. If you want to change text, you click on it, start typing. Change backgrounds, it's the exact same thing. And you can change sizing. You can really get advanced on it, and some of the clients do. Not this particular client, this is kind of the basics, and that's fine. They work really well, as you can see. They've been able, through their salon pop-up only, just through this campaign on their website, generate 20,000 in business. So if anybody ever asks the value of a website, that is the value. Most people build a website for a pretty picture. Doesn't really matter what the website well, I mean, it matters what it looks like, but it doesn't have to be the best looking site. It has to be the best marketing site. It has to have all the windows and doors open when you invite everybody to the party. Okay. Triggers, this is where kind of the magic of our system happens. You can build out automated responses based on certain interactions from the client. So if we find a pop-up, we'll look at that since we've been talking about that. And what it says is, okay, what's going to trigger our system to activate, right? So on the left-hand side, and just so everybody knows also, every client comes with probably 20 pre-done different things that are already pre-built for them. They don't have to build this stuff from scratch. I know I get that question a lot. Do I have to build this? No, you don't. And if they can't build it, we'll jump in and build it for them. So in this case, it says the form submitted. What form is it? It's a website contact form. And then, if, apologize, Zoom is in my way again. And then we can trigger all these different actions when somebody fills out this form. Add them to a campaign, a drip campaign. We can add a contact tag to them. We can execute a webhook up to a Google spreadsheet if we choose to. We send ourselves an email and a text message to the front desk maybe saying, hey, a new lead came in, and it will pre-populate that lead's data so that the front desk gets an email and a text, and they don't have to even look at Ninja. They get it right on their phone or right on the desktop saying, hey, your lead is here. Get on the phone and call them. Okay. We can also create an opportunity in the sales pipeline, like we talked about earlier, right? New lead in, what the value of that lead is, what the source of that lead was. So this is what makes all the background actions happen. Online listing, this is Yext. We have an integration with them. No one's bought it because it's so expensive, but it is there. If you guys are familiar with Yext, are you, Boyd? Okay, so Yext is the biggest directory listing company in the world. Basically what that means is they put you out to all the different digital directories like yellowpages.com.
Are you saying Dex, D-E-X?
No, Y-E-X-T.
Okay, I've not heard of them.
Yeah, they're huge in the restaurant and travel industry, not so much in the salon industry just because of the cost. It's about $100 a month for it.
Yeah.
Most people find that the value is not there just to get directory listings. Some of your competitors are including this right now, not from our platform. They've done it on their own, but nobody's buying it. It's just a lot of money.
It's a nice advertisement piece that nobody uses.
Exactly. Settings, this is the background of the company setup when you initially come in, setting up your team management, team permissions, things like that. And ours is very similar to Rosy. It has switches that you can turn on and off to what they have the availability to see and access, okay? All these tabs, basically, we walk them through when our support team does when they're getting set up. Our appointment widget, that's not going to be there because we are doing your appointments through you. The review widget gets buried into their website. It is a live feed from Google, pulls their reviews into the system so that we paste this snippet into their website, and it constantly updates with Google's live reviews, which gives them a lot better SEO because Google can crawl it and know that it's the true reviews, not fake ones. So it helps their website rankings. Integrations, this is where we walk the client through integrating their Facebook and their Google account and their Google My Business account. I'd like to build an actual tab in here. We're talking about that right now that says Rosy software on it so that they just plug their API and stuff right into it and it's automatically done. Right now, the way we are doing it is we have our own standalone dashboard, which I'll show everybody. This is our dashboard, our admin dashboard, where we will plug the salon name in, the API key from our side, and the API key from your side, and the salon ID. And once that's done, it triggers the setup. Okay, let me jump back to the tab I was in. Phone numbers, this is where they'll integrate their Twilio phone number. When they say add phone number, it immediately buys a number for them off of Twilio. So they have their own dedicated number. Then what we do is we set up the forwarding to their front desk or whatever number they choose. Some people forward it to their cell phone. Some don't. And they can get more than one phone number should they choose to. We are going to be, we're almost done building our new application, which is going to allow us to sell text packages similar to you do. It's going to be a tab right in here that's just going to say recharge your texting account. Just because we are laying out so much money up front and then rebilling the clients. And what I'm afraid of is down the line, some client's going to quit and I'm going to end up with a $300 text bill from that client. So we are also going to start pre-selling. The rest is all stuff that we set up for them unless they want to do Facebook form mapping. What that allows us to do is we can actually integrate with Facebook lead ads. So what happens in Facebook lead ads is Facebook gathers the client data, the name, email, phone number, those types of things right inside of the Facebook platform. We have an integration with that we pull it right inside our system. And then also on top of the Facebook ad, we start sending them a drip campaign to book their first appointment. Social media, this is our social media integration. Only the premium accounts get this. Basically, it is a social media posting platform. It allows them to calendar out all their social media, similar to Hootsuite. If anybody's familiar with Hootsuite, probably the biggest social media posting platform out there. Then the last one is our tutorials tab. This is where the clients can jump in. They can get our support. They can watch video lessons on using the platform. We're going to continue to keep building this out. We're actually going to be redoing this too for getting rid of the tab look and basically do the lessons, because as we build a whole bunch of videos, it's going to get sloppy when it looks like this. So we're going to be doing a video database so people can search it and find what they want. But if they want to, for instance, create your first marketing campaign in the tutorials, it's going to walk you step by step through creating a marketing campaign inside of Salon Ninja. So that is a full demo of the platform. Let's go back to where we were. You'll notice our appointment was now moved over after the 5 minutes. So they're in an appointment set. Now, when they check out, it's going to move them into the completed column. And hopefully Will and I will have within the next couple of days, the last couple things done so we can get an exact dollar amount of what that checkout was. Anybody have any questions?
I was going to ask you on the webinars, what parts are you covering? You going to cover all that?
We're going to cover everything. We are going to go rip this thing apart from the little stuff on up. You're talking about the sales webinar?
Yeah, I want the intake webinar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so for the advertising webinar, we're going to keep it a lot shorter than what I just went through. We're just going to basically hit on the key points that we're showing them how much they're making. We're showing them that the appointments are automated and with Rosy, that they are going through the system and tracking the communication stuff, all the little key features that we've identified. But I don't want to spend an hour on a webinar. People their eyes will glaze over. They'll say it's too much at once. We want to concentrate on that the system is automated. It's a set it and forget it if you want to. If you want to really get into it, it's got so many more features that you can add to it, and they're all included.
Yeah, I think I just want to make sure, I don't know how long and stuff like that, but they get a feel for it. And then are you going to do a subsequent webinar, obviously with them, right? Once they sign up beyond that, or would there be a backup and maybe we gauge it?
Yeah, there's usually three things, right? There'll be the webinar, then there'll be, hey, want to learn more, book an appointment with me, or sign up now. If they book with me, I'll go through the hour demo and give them an hour of time and show them all the features and show them what we give them as far as the value. And then, hopefully close the sale, right? As far as setup, every customer gets an automated setup where they get the whole package. It goes through once they click on their email, it sets it up in our system automatically, sends them their logins, everything. And once that's triggered, we get a message saying, okay, set up your onboarding call. So we set up an onboarding call with them. And then we walk through any questions they have, walk them through maybe building their first campaign, things like that. So there is a lot of hand holding.
Good. And do we, Andrew, just thinking out loud, we don't have to worry about it right now, but do we want to create, as far as those who don't sign up, I know you talked about drip campaign, et cetera, but do we also want to create a kind of a mutual survey, I don't know, 90 days in, stuff like that, just so we can pull testimonials out and then reutilize that, or pull out data that we can reutilize?
I don't know if he heard us. He's on his phone. Andrew, can you hear us? We can. I guess we'll follow up with that tomorrow. All right. So I checked the client out now. In the next 5 minutes, it'll be over to the value. But again, what we want to see this when it moves over here, instead of the actual base price of that haircut, we want to see that dollar value. I think that's one of the most important things because what I've found is we're pulling the lowest value in, and some of these clients are making way more money with upsells, add-ons, product, all of those things.
Lloyd, I heard you. Great idea. We will follow up on that. I'm sorry, I'm just like in traffic. Okay. Anyway, great idea.
Anybody else? Questions?
Hi, it's Lisa. Where does a Rosy client get access to Salon Ninja? Is there an integration point? Can you show us that, or is that not quite ready?
So I'm not, and I apologize, Elisa, I'm not really understanding the question.
So like if a like I think she means like how would a Rosy client access it, right? Elisa, like if I was logged into the
Yeah, is it a
software.
separate login
Yeah.
or is there a link from
It is.
Rosy?
It is. I mean, if you guys want to put a tab on your system, that's maybe something you guys could look at. Right now, it's a separate login. So typically they would have 2 web browsers open.
Derek, through that scheduling tab, is there anything that could be done on, I know we had talked about it a while back, but
Yeah, I can take my scheduling tab.
yeah,
That's easy from my side. I can customize this tab very easily. That just basically if they click on it, it's going to jump over to Rosy. That's easy to do from my side. The question is do you guys want to do something similar on your side?
I think that would make sense. Well,
You
I don't know.
have to. I don't even remember what that. Let me jump back to the dashboard. I'm just writing a note, Rachel.
I have to jump. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you.
We have our call tomorrow. So if there's anything from our team, we have a call with Derek and Andrew tomorrow, and we should talk marketing, obviously. I'm assuming we'll have the API adjusted by then, Will, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
the time. Is
Back to that,
let me
can I
see.
ask another question? So
Yeah, is Will
They'd have
still on?
two
I just
browsers
question.
when does the integration happen? When the client says, yes, I want to sign up with Salon Ninja and I'm a Rosy client, and then we open up that
Correct.
API, or?
That's correct. We actually call over. Will has to give me what we're going to do as far as that flow. But basically what happens is your company gives us that API, and then we do the API on our side to push it over. When that happens, the way it happens is when a Rosy client purchases Salon Ninja at the Salon Ninja website, salonninja.com. Okay, they would buy whatever package they have. As soon as we're notified of them, we ask, what software are you with? Okay, if they are a Rosy client, we are saying, okay, would you like to integrate with the software? We are actually building a form right now, which is just about done, which is an authorization to connect our software with Rosy that we will keep on file and send you a copy at Rosy so that the client is releasing both of us for that connection.
Okay.
Yeah, we
And
don't
that'll
want
be
to just say, yeah, they want to integrate. We want them to know that the data will be shared back and forth.
Right, right. And that'll be done before we start the webinars on the 14th?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much done now.
Okay, okay.
It's the beauty of one of the things about our system also, just so you know, Elisa, I can build a form with the information gathering and then send that form to multiple people literally in 5 minutes.
If they choose not to integrate with their software platform, in this case, Rosy, then what? Then what do they have to do within Salon Ninja to make Salon Ninja work? Do they have to do a bunch of retyping, or?
No. So it's all still there for them. For instance, nobody is integrated right now. Okay, so if we went back to, let me just go back to another account. So if we went into the opportunities section, okay, right now, the purpose of our integration is to share data and to be able to have this client flow work automatically instead of the client doing it manually. Right now, when they want to book an appointment, let's say they call the client, okay? What they do is they just hold down their mouse and drag it over here. But it's a lot of manual stuff to do, right? Because then, okay, great, I set an appointment with that customer. But how do I remember once that customer completes to move it down to completed, right? So it gets a little bit crazy.
Okay. So on these
So,
webinars that we're having that you're hosting specific to Rosy, you'll talk, maybe touch on those differences and in,
Oh,
Correct.
absolutely. I mean,
okay,
this
okay.
is, Lisa, this is all from the client feedback. This is what the clients wanted, and most of my clients are Rosy. So what they said is, you know what, it would be great if blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, that's a great idea. And that's how our conversation got started with Boyd and Jim initially. And this is how we've kind of built it out over the client requests. Now there might be more down the line, but the three biggest client requests were our communications platform, our lead-in platform, making it automated. Okay. And I'm trying to think what the last, communications, the leads in. There was one more the clients were asking for, but basically we've covered them all now. Anybody else?
I think that's good. There'll probably be some items we can take offline for the call tomorrow. But Derek, I think this was really helpful, and we can share this with our team so far. So we've been mentioning it here and there, and sent them to the Salon Ninja website to take a look at some of the videos to understand. But I think seeing the actual pieces that are together right now is going to be extremely helpful.
Okay, great. And you'll see now, remember I said wait to find, it's now that test is moved over to completed.
Yeah.
The person that we booked as a lead in that went into Rosy, then they went appointment set, and then they went over to here once they completed.
Yeah.
And we built your wish list. If they cancel, they go here.
Okay, awesome. So I think the takeaways then from the call would be we need to determine what we're calling that lead client, if it's Salon Ninja lead. And then also the points of, can we get to the Rosy schedule, and can we get to Salon Ninja from Rosy?
Correct, the tabs. I can definitely do the tab on our side, not a problem. That's just some simple front end website coding.
Yeah.
So the tabs would be good.
And then the
other
API.
thing is who we want. Yeah, the API flow, like who's going to be assigning the APIs to us, okay? And who we want our permission form to go to. I'm going to need the email address of wherever you want to store those forms.
Yeah, Derek, so as far as the API goes for Go Live, Salon Ninja will have just a single new API key. And then whenever you get a new client that signs up, all you have to do is let me know about it. And then, and when I say me, I mean somebody here at Rosy, which will more than likely be me. And then we just log into one of our systems.
So maybe so I think that permission form would go to you then, Will, because we'll be able to track those people by the permission form.
Yeah, we might do a little internal conversation to see the right place to send those, but it would ultimately be me that logs in and flips the flag for that particular client, and then they'll be usable through the API.
Yeah, and the permission form will be good because it'll not only will it give us permission, right, and say they release us from all blah blah blah. And Jim W, is Jim W still on the call? Maybe not.
Yes, I am.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, hey Jim, if you've got some suggestions for that permission language for the sharing of data, send it over to me so I can put it in that form.
Do you have existing permission?
Let me see what we had. Not sure. I may have to look around for it. I know we were working on it last week, so let me see if I can pull that up quickly.
Well, you can just send it to me.
You got it. You got it.
That'd be good. Thanks.
Okay, it's not in this one. I know we have it here. I just have to figure out which form builder it's in, but I'll get that over to you. This way, if you want to mark it up a little bit, and I'll edit the form, and this way we have that knocked out. And then just, Elisa, if you let me know, you and Will let me know who you want the form permissions to go to so that we can track people that are saying, okay, connect. That would be great.
Okay. Thank
Kelly,
you.
Rachel, you got any
Perfect.
questions?
I'm good.
Not at this point, but very impressive, guys. This is the first time I've seen it at this level, and this is amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate
I know it's a lot of hard work.
it. It's gonna be fun once we're up and running. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
noticed, I wish Boyd was still on. I noticed that Mevo is pushing Octopi Reach, and I think we are going to just crush them. So
Yeah, Boyd and I think Jim was on that call a while back ago too, and I would say you have a lot more in your platform actually than what they had. So it's interesting.
also, Rachel, just so you know, an email went out from Forest announcing that they're the platinum on the blah 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 on the what's that thing coming up? I apologize.
For data driven.
Yeah. So you guys probably want to get some emails out there.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you a copy of the email so you have it.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And then Derek, when you have a chance, if you could just send me the recording and I can maybe snip some of it where it just focuses on the product.
100%.
All right. Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
And
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Always a
Great
pleasure.
day.
Bye.